from outside Ohio, tell me where you do it. You might listen in Orlando, Trivium's hometown. We got a lot of people down there. Andrew is a bureau chief in Orlando. And Katie listens in Orlando. Julie listens in Rockingham, North Carolina. Kyle is one of our bureau chiefs. Well, he's probably the only one in Gladwin, Michigan. And Doug is in Dundalk. Dundalk, Maryland. And, of course, Joe is in Philly. What's going on, Joe?
What up, guys?
How are you?
Yeah, I haven't thought about this for a number of years because I kind of stopped being friends with this person. We're in contact, but I had an old teammate and roommate from college who, for about 3 years, every 6 months or so, would send me pictures of his girlfriend and wife, who are...
Is that two people?
Well, a girlfriend who became his wife.
Gotcha.
Sent me naked, nude photos of her, and it was very awkward because he would just ask pictures of my wife, and I'm like, no.
Oh, he wanted to trade.
Yeah, it was like a weird kind of thing, and then it just made like couples dinners a bit awkward because
you're so turned on.
Was his wife hot?
Yeah, she was very hot.
Wow.
But it was like he'd be looking at me, and he'd like giving me the eyes, and I'm like, yeah.
And she had no idea, I assume?
Oh, he was trying to do some hot wifing.
Yeah. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, it just got very awkward, and I just never sent anything, but the fact that he would continue to send them was like, all right, cool. Like, what do you want me to say? Like,
so why did he keep doing it if he was getting no reciprocation from you?
I think he liked the idea that like other people were thinking she's hot as well, and is like, yeah, I'm banging
That's
this.
so gross. Hey, here's my wife, and then she sooner or later somebody's going to tell her. Hey.
Yeah, he was just. I'm not really close friends with him anymore. It's just kind of a bad friend. Just I'd be like, hey man, like let's get the kids together, and I was like, all right. He would just want to talk about trying to party and hang out, and I was like, well, I have a family. This isn't like what I'm doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Now, I assume you kept those photos.
I could probably find them.
He knows where they are.
I don't delete text messages.
Yeah, they're in a desktop file called "Not My Friend's Wife's Naked Pictures."
Yeah, no, I don't have them offhand. I think probably on the cloud. Isn't everything on the cloud at this point?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. All right, good. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, be safe.
All right, there's Joe in Philadelphia. Al and I work at a steakhouse, and as a result, I am totally ignorant regarding any non-steak related food items.
Never heard of it.
That's right. Potatoes? What? I don't know what you're talking about. On the subject of the tide turning with young girls backstage, somebody texted me in the break that the vibe of the whole grunge movement was anti-groupie. Because it was, grunge was a direct response to kind of the excess of the hair bands and they called it sea rock back in the day, obviously, and that's why it's got to be weird.
Pirates, or like is on boats.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Not SEA. Schmuck rock is what they call me. Yeah, it's like a sea ring. Right, but that's why I always thought it was strange. We just had that big First Energy Stadium show come through with Def Leppard and Motley Crue and Poison. Bands that at their peak, those 80s, we're underneath piles of girls, like that was their whole thing. And to come back and still be on tour and making music. And yeah, you've grown up some and you're married and you've got your own kids. But to look out on that crowd and see all of your groupies have grown up and many of them out. And that's got to be a strange thing to see, too. Because, there you are with a bandana and fake hair under it and trying to keep the whole thing going. You're playing stadiums. Unbelievably. You're playing stadiums 30 years later. There's a guy, I was reading an article today, they go, reality show star tragically dies. There's a show I've never heard of, but there are a billion cable channels, so that doesn't mean anything. It's been on for 13 seasons. It's called Street Outlaws. Anybody watch Street Outlaws here?
Never even heard of it.
Me either.
I haven't either. It's over on Discovery Plus, and it's a show about the street racing community in Oklahoma City.
Oh, wow.
And one of the stars of the series died in a crash. Now, I know that we've kind of picked over the finer points of what constitutes a tragedy before, but is that a tragedy?
I feel like that's kind of expected. That would be the way I would think that
That's
guy
what
would
I'm
go
thinking.
out.
For some reason, whether it's true or not, I always think of a tragedy as unexpected.
Shocking.
Shocking. There's nothing shocking about a guy street racing who ends up dying
In a street race.
in a fatal crash.
Right, if
he lost control of his car near the finish line, rolled it burst into flames, and bystanders couldn't get him free in time. So the people around watched this dude burn in the car.
Oh God.
Ryan Fellows is the guy. No relation to Brian Fellows. 41-year-old leaves behind a wife and 2 kids. So, yeah, that sucks. I'd never heard of this show before, but it certainly doesn't sound unexpected. He died doing what he loved. And that's the most any of us can ask for. Now, the definition of tragedy is an event causing great suffering, destruction, or distress, such as a serious accident, crime, or natural catastrophe. So, okay, so
like
I'm
a
wrong.
tragedy then,
There you
yeah.
go. It's a tragedy.
It's just not an unexpected tragedy. It's part of the life, you know. If you're a street racer, you gotta be ready to move on to that big street race in the sky.
Right. I mean, you know, if you're talking plays and things, what's a tragedy? What's a tragic drama? A one with an unhappy.
Fellow.
Huh?
What? Is a fellow one? I just
It's
named the first
one with an
I knew.
unhappy ending.
Oh.
You know, Shakespearean tragedies. I mean, comedy and tragedy. So I guess that's what I was thinking of, is one that has an unhappy ending, which this does have.
Uncut Gems.
Yeah,
That movie was a tragedy.
that was a tragedy, but it's great.
But didn't you also all see it all coming?
No.
Like, really?
I had it
You're
in
the
my
one?
heart. I was like, he's going to do it.
Well, because
No,
he did do it.
I know.
And then it all goes.
And then Julia Fox started hanging out with Kanye. And those were the real uncut gems. Kanye and Julia Fox. You know, they're still figuring themselves out. Alan, I'm out here in Geneva, and I just passed a car with a license plate. Bye. B-Y-E-E-E-E. That's pretty good.
Street racing seems a little silly.
I don't know, man. If that's your thing, if cars are your thing and souping them up and
I understand
the
that, but
popularity
then
of Fast and the Furious.
but it's just the amount of danger, and also like you can just go to a racetrack, like go.
I don't
Do
think
it
you can
legally.
take your own car on a
That's in a
racetrack.
circle, Bill.
There's I'm sure there's places they can do it without
Just a flat track. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Well, they don't want to do that. They want to do it on the streets of Oklahoma City. Hasn't that city seen enough tragedy as it is?
I'm going to be there in October. Headlining Bricktown Comedy Club.
The Bricktown Comedy Club.
That'll be my first experience in Oklahoma City.
Oh, good for you.
Will you go to the McMurray Federal Building to cheer yourself up?
No, I'm going to try to find the street racers.
Well, they're down one.
They're still
FYI.
plural.
Just saying, if he was the guy you were going to see.
I'll do my research.
What are the dates on that?
October.
October. Okay, there you go.
Why? What did she say?
I don't know. I'm just trying to get specific dates for people.
Oh, I
October
see.
20th to the 24th.
There you go.
23rd, sorry.
We had Bricktown Square Mall in Chicago. It might even still be open. This is called the Bricktown Comedy Club? Yeah.
That's where I was with Zarna Garg a few months ago.
Gesundheit. Oh, that was the same one you were at?
Yeah.
What? What is that?
I'm a retainer.
Oh, you okay over there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm okay. You okay?
Yeah, fine. Hey, listen. Anne Heche has taken a turn for the worse. Speaking of crashes, unlike Anne Heche, your medical status can turn on a dime. And she is in much worse shape than they initially reported. Anne Heche is currently in a coma.
Oh, man.
And they said she is in what they call extreme critical condition, which seems redundant, but I'm not a physician. Because they initially said yesterday, they were like, yep, she's stable, she's doing fine, she had a rough time, but she's doing okay. They determined that she had significant pulmonary injury, and she's on a mechanical ventilator, and she had serious burns, and she's in a coma. I don't know if she's in a medically induced coma. That's what it maybe sounds like. But she has not...
if you go on a ventilator, I think they have to put you into a medically induced coma.
Because they can't put that tube down your throat while you're awake.
Well, they could sedate you for that.
They have to knock you out.
Right, but that's not a coma. I mean...
I think that's the same thing.
Sedation is a medically induced coma?
No, when they do a ventilator, they have to put you into a coma. They can't just sedate you.
Oh, I thought they could just sedate you.
No, because sedation wears off.
When your dad, did they have to put him in a medically induced coma?
That's what they do to ventilate people.
Okay, I don't know.
Because sedation wears off after a few hours.
At least when it's a mechanical ventilator. When it's a human ventilator, then everybody just takes turns breathing in your mouth.
Like a balloon.
Who had the onions for lunch? Am I right? Okay, so when you're when it's breathing for you,
life support, or
you have
ventilator,
to be comatose.
Yes, life support, ventilator, same thing, and they have to put you completely out.
Oh, I guess I didn't think life support and being on a ventilator were the same thing.
It's the exact same thing.
Is
That's
it
what
really?
life support is.
Is just the breathing.
Mm-hmm. It's breathing for you. It's
because
keeping you alive.
The breathing has to support your life.
Correct. Almost like it makes sense.
No, but there's more processes in your body than just breathing. So I thought maybe
everything else works. When it's your lungs that are the problem.
Yeah, I understand.
Everything else is working. Your brain is working. Your heart is working.
Okay, I'm learning stuff.
There's this stuff called oxygen.
I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
You can't see it, Bill. Prove it to me.
How about that?
There it is.
Didn't see anything.
But you heard it.
Still haven't seen anything.
Mostly carbon dioxide anyway.
Okay, so so they put her in a coma.
So they can ventilate her.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So they said she has not regained consciousness. So I guess she's stable in that, but the more that they've explained it. And if you've seen any of that video that's popped up of her flying down the street, you're like, holy Christ. You can't believe she's alive. She's in a Mini Cooper that burst into flames, went through this woman's house. The woman's alive, but she lost her house and all of her possessions. I think it's just sheer luck that this woman was in the back of the house and like holding her dogs or something. Anne Heche has a Lifetime opioid crime drama coming up that she's promoting called Girl in Room 13. Maybe she went method.
Wouldn't it be ironic if that's what emergency room she's in or hospital room she's in?
Room 13.
Room 13.
We put her in Room 13.
It's all promo.
Yeah.
It's all a promo.
I thought Anne Heche was foxy back in the day when she was in Donnie Brasco, and I liked her a lot in things.
I don't know if we covered this yesterday, but did Ellen go visit her yet?
I don't know about that.
Would.
Well, they were married.
I know. Even though that's your ex, like, still a human being.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe she will. Ellen has not contacted Anne Heche. Well, I mean, she's.
I'm in a coma.
I'm in a coma. You couldn't even come see me? They refer to her as Anne Heche's ex-lover. Weren't they married or no?
They were married, it seemed
She was married to Portia de Rossi. Maybe that's who I'm
Portia
thinking
de Rossi's her current husband.
Poundcake.
That's her current
Oh, they're
wife.
still together.
There wasn't legal gay marriage when they were together.
I think it was in California.
This said they dated from 97 to 2000. Okay.
Okay, never mind.
Well, because I know at the time a lot of people were giving Anne Heche a hard time saying that she was just an opportunist, that she wasn't really gay. She was just playing gay because Ellen was a big, big deal. But who knows, right? I mean, whatever.
Like a lesbian would care. A gay wouldn't care. You think if a straight guy was like, all right, I'll be gay for some promo. Like, I'll be gay
Well, you'd
if I might
care.
get a movie. I wouldn't care.
No, you wouldn't care, but a lot of people would care if somebody was just with them for the paps.
But a straight guy is different. Like a lesbian is like, oh, okay, this girl that I probably would date if she was actually gay wants to date me because I'm Ellen. So I really don't have to do any work. Like, okay, I'm not going to marry her, but I'll have some fun.
Now, they had the same haircut for a while. Would you have the same haircut as your straight boyfriend?
No, he would have the same haircut as me. I would pick the haircut.
Oh, you would?
I mean, yeah, if I'm getting a haircut and he's like, I just want to be like my man, and I want us to vibe. I'm like, okay, well, I'm getting this haircut, so you better
Would you
look
have
good
him
and-
take the hairline back or just...
No.
Okay, I'm just asking.
He needs to be.
Devotion to accuracy. I'm just trying to get to the
He needs to be hotter than me.
Okay.
I don't want him to be.
Well, yes, everybody wants to be with someone who's hotter than them.
Yeah. What's the point of having like a trophy man if he's not up to par?
This guy, not up to par. Because Poundcake goes, hey, if they're only as good looking as me, where's the fun in that?
Trophy there.
There's no trophy there.
Told you. Like, I'm pretty much dead now. So, yeah, they have to be hotter than me. Sorry.
Chuck says, I told my mom that someone was stable, and she said, what does that mean? Dead is stable.
No, I mean, stable just means unchanging.
Yeah,
really,
that's true. Yeah. Their condition is stable, and it's going to remain that way forever. Are you trying to tell me that they died? I'm trying to tell you that they died, but their condition is stable. And Heche and Harrison Ford. That was in a movie, though. Right? 6 Days, 7 Nights?
Yeah, it's a movie.
That's why they thought they were really upset when she came out, because they're like, now nobody's going to believe that you, an earring guy, are actually an item. When you're gay and you're now you're stranded on an island with Harrison Ford. But you know what Harrison Ford said? He said, this will be a testament to my ability
To turn them out.
to make these movies. Now, the movie didn't do anything, I don't think, but he thought this'll be a testament to my ability to take people to a land of fantasy and make-believe, right? You don't have to believe that somebody... Neil Patrick Harris was Barney Stinson, for God's sake.
Have you seen his new
Right?
show on Netflix?
Oh, it's very gay.
I love it.
Very gay.
It's super gay,
Yeah.
but that's like what it's about. It's
Right.
about a gay guy ending a long-term relationship.
Yes.
Dude, it's funny.
He's awesome. I'll watch him
Yeah.
do anything.
What's it called?
Even other guys.
Singled out?
I thought it was Lost Out or something.
Something
Yeah.
like that. Cody, you got to watch the show. It's
It's on Netflix.
funny.
What's it called again?
It's called The Smurfs.
No,
that can't be
There it
right.
is.
It's not the right one. It's not the right one.
It's called it's called
Uncoupled.
Harold and Kumar Go to
Uncoupled,
White
yeah.
Castle.
Uncoupled, that's it. When I was in New York, the girl I was staying with, her and her husband were obsessed with that show. So I jumped in like season...
She and her husband.
Yeah. I jumped in like season
New York,
6.
Alan. They're very progressive.
And I watched like 7. I watched most of like that season. And I was like, man, do I even start it from the beginning now? Like
Yeah.
I'm so involved in the drama of all of it, you know? So it was very good.
You might be surprised to find out that there are a lot of conservative people
Wait.
in New York City.
How many seasons are there? Episode 6.
Yeah,
No, there's like 7 seasons.
no,
aren't
this is
there?
the first season.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure this is a new show.
Yeah.
Then maybe
It started in 2022. You think of a different show?
No, I watched like 3 or 4 episodes.
Are you
of that.
watching
There's
Queer
only
as Folk?
8 total.
Well, then I watched
you watching
most of the
Doogie Howser?
season. No, I watched most of the season. I thought it said like season 6.
It's
Maybe
called
it just
How
said
I Met
episode
Your
6.
Mother, and he's super gay in it. And no, this one is a brand new show. This
Yeah.
this is the guy that did Sex in the City is the guy that produced this one. Darren Star produced Uncoupled.
Well, then I've watched most of the show. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. It's got Gina from Martin. Damn,
Yeah.
Gina.
Oh.
She's in that show.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Boy, I'll tell you what. Sometimes you just can't. News can come too little, too late. And I think of Olivia Newton-John, who died yesterday. Breaking news on the Alan Cox Show, Bill.
I was here.
That
I heard it.
that she died after a battle with breast cancer. And now today comes the story from researchers that honeybee venom kills aggressive breast cancer cells. Now, in the ultimate irony, of course, we're killing all the honeybees. So screw us, I guess. But they said that a compound found in honeybee venom destroyed 100% of the hardest to kill breast cancer cells in an hour.
So, venom, is that what comes out of their stinger?
Yes.
So you got to get stung by a bee in your boobies.
I mean, I imagine that they...
That's what I call boobies.
Booby. Oh, my God. I'm sure, I assume that they'll want to synthesize this.
Headline
in
of
some
hilarities.
way.
This Thursday, professional comedian
that's
Bill
right.
Squire.
You don't have to go to Oklahoma City. It's right in your backyard.
They just have you standing like beekeeper outfit, but with just the boobs out.
Yes.
They let you go into it. Like, it's going to hurt, but I promise it works.
But yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah. Researchers at the Harry Perkins Institute.
That doesn't sound official.
It's in Australia.
It should be Harold. Use the Harold, not Harry.
Harry Perkins Institute. Yeah. That's when wanting your name on a building can go awry. When you have a weird name. No, it's not a weird name. It just sounds weird. The Harry Perkins Institute.
Your name is Alan Cox.
Yeah, I wouldn't put my name on a building.
Institute.
Well, but I'm saying billboard.
I wouldn't put my name. I don't even have a billboard or a van.
You had a van. Didn't you have a van?
I had a van, but H. John Benjamin had a van.
I don't even know who that is.
Anywho, I've got to take a break. If you want to send a text for anything, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com. My name's on that. And you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio.